Welcome to our YouTube page, Captain Rick Murphy. We're always going on fun adventures, whether it's fishing, scalloping, lobstering, you name it. We're just, we're here for the Florida outdoors and the Florida Insider Fishing Report, the Texas Insider Fishing Report. We have fun and we want you to have fun with us. So thank you for joining us. For this specific video, we ended up going to Crystal River, which I still think is a best kept secret in Florida because everyone associates Florida with lobster season and lobstering in the Keys or somewhere on, the East Coast. But scalloping is one of the three things that I find that Florida is most treasured for. Our sponsors over there, Ozello Keys Marina, Discover Crystal River, and the Plantation Inn, they have all been so gracious over the past couple years to take our entire crew, our immediate crew. We all go up there with our friends and family. And we just have such a good time, and they're so hospitable and really just want to showcase the best that Crystal River has to offer. Last year we went, or 2 years ago we went with my daughter who was 4 at the time, and my son who was a baby. He was in the baby swing and he just hung out, but Mia was still able to snorkel and she did dive to get a scallop, but we kind of helped her down and brought her hand down, and I think it was like 5 to 7 feet. And she did a great job and was super proud. But this year I really wanted both of them to be able to dive and get their own scallop. But this year they were a little bit deeper, previous years it had been in the 5 to 7 range. This year it was in the 7 to 10 range. So that was kind of deep for some of the new, beginners that were on the trip with us. So I was a little nervous for the kids, but all throughout the summer I've been training and preparing them for this moment. We would swim in pools. I have a fake little lobster that I put at the bottom, diving gems, what have you. We watched YouTube videos. We watched our YouTube video from a few years back just to kind of get them in the mood and show them what a scallop looked like, how it swam. When you're swimming into the current and you can see into the grass, that's the best way to do it so that you can see down in and see the little scallop, the blue eyes that they have. So I was trying to teach them all these tips and tricks that Gary Bartell from Ozello Keys Marina has told us so many of these years to do to try to maximize that 5-gallon bucket limit that you just want to get every day. So they were both really excited. Mia, she remembered a little bit of scalloping 2 years ago, but this was her year. And I really, Leo's not even 3. He'll be 3 in 2 weeks, but at the time he's 2, and he did great in the pool, but it's a pool. There's no salt element. There's no, murky element. So I wasn't sure how he was gonna do or if he was gonna be scared. But he got in the water, and within 10 minutes, Gary had him on 5 scallops, and he came up and he had 2 or 3 in his hand. And we just gave him a little bitty push at the top, and down 10 feet he went, grabbed it. He did this little Running Man machine back to the surface, and it was amazing. And he did not want to get out of the water. He completely loved it. I don't think I got this on camera, but Mia and him both saw one at the same time. We didn't even point them out. This is how much they progressed in just 2 days of scalloping. They both saw one from the surface, both swam down to get it. Of course, Mia got there first because she's 6 and Leo's 2. But Leo got down right after her and elbowed her out of the way and tried to steal a scallop from her. At that moment, I was so proud. I was like, okay, if you're gonna fight, I want you guys to fight over a scallop underwater because I can't hear it. It was amazing. But I was so proud of them. And of course, my husband loves to dive and scallop. We're water people. We go lobstering when we can all the time. Fishing, he likes to free dive. So we're a water family. So my kids are used to that. But for a new family that, is going for the first time, we actually brought my neighbors with us, and they had never been. But they're also, water people. They have a boat, they go lobstering. It's just they'd never heard of scalloping or never thought to go. And they have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old little boy. So what's different about prepping the family to go fishing as opposed to scalloping is definitely the equipment. And also, over in Crystal River, to get to the scallop grounds, you have to run at least 45 minutes, which for me personally here, you know, in Boynton Beach, we go 10 minutes and, you know, we're fishing out in the ocean. You know, you prepare for the long runs, you kind of just, you have to have lots of snacks to keep them, you know, at bay. And also we start early in the morning there because it's a long run to get out and then obviously to come back in. But it's the equipment. So 100% snacks all the way around from breakfast to, you know, a late lunch. A lot of water. I actually do Pedialyte as well. Pedialyte for the electrolytes to keep them hydrated because it's hot. It's a long day on the boat, in the ocean, in the salt water. So Pedialyte's great as opposed to like sugary apple juices or anything like that. And then the equipment, obviously scalloping, you need your scallop bag. You need a 5-gallon bucket if you have one. Snorkel gear, fins. For the kids personally, I started doing this when Mia was 2, the first time we took her. I get this little inner tube. I bought it on Amazon. I think it's like 25 bucks. But they can actually sit in here if they're babies and they really can't just learn how to, or they don't know how to swim yet, or they're learning, or maybe they're just getting tired and you're out there, you know, kind of far from the boat. They can sit in here, and I attached a little a twist tie that I can tie the rope to. So as I'm swimming in the water and scalloping, I can tote my little tyke behind me, and here they're resting. They're still in the water, so they can play with the scallops. If I dive down with the rope, I know that they're right there, not floating away. I come up, I can hand them a scallop, and they're all, you know, happy and distracted, and you know, they get to play with the scallops. They do tend to nip a little bit. You also want to have, you know, your anti-fog or your defog. I use the Spit brand, but I mean, that's nice to have. Yeah, you can spit in your mask, but oh, hair. Ladies, hair is important because when you're in the water, it's getting tangled. If you let it out, it goes in front of your face. So I do, and I actually learned this from one of our old captains on the Florida Insider Fishing Report. When I went lobstering with her, Sarah Stanzik, she does like almost like a bubble braid. For those of you that don't know what that is, you take sections of your hair and put them in rubber bands so that the hair doesn't get all messed up around the rubber band. It's nice and neat when you take it out, and you keep going all the way down to the bottom. That's like the best hair advice I could give. And I also wear a buff around my head to kind of protect all these little bitty ones. This is important for women. I don't know, men are like, what is she talking about? But I've been on enough dives to figure it out, and I've figured out the hair game. It's worth it. It's worth it to travel with your family and make these memories, and you know, for them to also reflect back on these trips that they, you know, that they've trained all summer long for this. Mia's been training since she was 3 years old, so now she's 6, and to be able to go there and say that she did it all on her own is something that she's gonna remember for the rest of her life. So with all of the memories we've made over in Crystal River over the many years, pre-kids, with kids, with our new RM Media crew, with, you know, friends and family that we've met, we want to thank Discover Crystal River, Plantation Inn, Gary Bartell from Ozello Keys Marina. If you guys ever need any places to stay or a guide, whether it be on the airboat, whether it be fishing, whether it be scalloping, those are your guys. They're very family friendly. They are just the most kind-hearted, amazing people. And we are so lucky to be doing business with all of them. So make sure that if you want to see more videos like this, keep up with our adventures. Make sure to tap that bell, like, all of the things, subscribe, and we will see you on the next adventure.
You know I don't play it right.